Now I'm going to talk about the days when I go into town. 100% dependent on how much money I've got, because it's how much gas can I afford to spend going into town. I try to do it. I'd love to be able to go into town every other day. But with gas prices, it's like every second day, maybe every third day. And it's my chance to get back with other people. You know, boondocking can be very isolating. Going into town gets you a chance to be back in society and do a reset so that you can go back out and boondock again. And I practice something I call emotional tipping. You know, when you tip at a restaurant and you feel real generous and you give a big tip to a waitress or waiter who's done a really good job, and you know it makes them feel good and it makes you feel good, well, I practice something called emotional tipping, and boy, you can be a millionaire being an emotional tipper. And what that means is, like, when I go into town, I have a sequence of things I do. I go to Planet Fitness, I go to Sprouts, I go to CVS if I need to pick up any medications or anything like that, and then I end the day at the library where I'm uploading YouTube videos like this one. But what emotional tipping is like when I go to Planet Fitness and I see somebody working out really hard, and they may not be in the best shape, but they're there putting in the effort. I go over and tell them, good job, you know. I see you putting in the effort and you're going to get great returns, and you know, you're one of the hardest workers I've seen here. So that's emotional tipping. I tell the workers there how, you know, if I see them out there cleaning machines and all of that, I let them know that I really appreciate the fact that this Planet Fitness is extremely clean, and I see what, you know, I see the difference that they're making. If I see them handing out free smiles, I let them know that hey, you know, your smile means a lot to an awful lot of people. And you know, there's enough grumpy people in the world that the people who smile, I let them know that it helps the rest of us get through the day. So that's called emotional tipping. When I get to Sprouts, to check out people, when they're nice, I tell them, you know, have a wonderful day. Thank you for your service. You know, you've done a great job checking me out. And, you know, I see people stocking shelves. I tell them thank you, and just be appreciative of everybody around. And then I go to the library and I tell them, you know, this is an interesting library because it really caters towards little kids, like preschoolers, kindergartners, things like that. So it's a noisy library, and there's a lot of crying babies, and there's a lot of kids stomping around and jumping on the furniture and just, you know, running when they're not supposed to be and all of that. And about every 15-20 minutes I hear the phrase, please use your talking indoor voices, and let's, you know, use the furniture for sitting, not for playing, and please do not run in the library. And it's a thankless job, especially a library full of a lot of activities for the young people. So I go up to the front desk and I let them know that, you know, this is a tough library you guys are working in, and I thank you for everything you're doing to keep it under control and all of that. And it's weird because at the end of the day, when I'm coming back to the BLM site, I feel like I've given out thousands and thousands of dollars of emotional tips. And it makes my heart feel good. It makes me feel good. But I also realize I'm ready for BLM land again, where it's nice and quiet. And I appreciate how everybody's putting in the effort out there, but wow, sometimes these people putting in a lot of effort to just, keep the status quo. And I don't know. Emotional tipping, something that you might be interested in trying when you're going into civilization. Go in feeling like a multi-million-dollar emotional tipper and see if you can give away all those millions of dollars of tips throughout your day. And you'll feel better for it. And once again, this is my going into town. Got three or four big places to hit. End up at the library. By the time I'm back out BLM, I'm ready for BLM again. So, the loneliness doesn't bother me that much, or the solitude doesn't bother me that much, because I go into town as often as my gas tank will allow. So just an observation, just a way that you might want to do something. You might not, but I gotta eat, so I gotta go into town and get food. And once again, just my not even 2 cents worth, probably a penny and a half worth. And I wonder if 2 cents worth is going to disappear since they quit making pennies. Might be my nickels worth. Another ponder. So I'll keep posting. If you keep watching, thank you so much. Bye.